nations are beginning to use different tools to broaden their influence, to broaden their footprint. And clearly the economic angle is becoming a very strong tool. Whether it is in the form of agreements, whether it is countries taking a very powerful step unilaterally, the big ones, to try and influence regions, but the new tool is really around the economic footprint. And we then must be wary of how do we define our national interests within this evolving framework. What is Kenya's national interest? Because they are also pursuing their national interests. So whether it is in our individual capacity, when you are talking to the colleagues that you'll be interacting with from other parts of the world, or whether you'll be in fora, you must always ask yourself that fundamental question: what is your national interest? We can also see very clearly that Kenya and the Horn of Africa is gaining some extraordinary attention globally. In fact, I think as we speak, you'll find China has a special envoy for the Horn of Africa. I met him yesterday. The USA has a special envoy. The EU has a special envoy in this region. I think even Japan have established a special envoy in the Horn of Africa. So there's something. The geopolitics is generating something around this area. And Kenya becomes a focal point in this Horn of Africa agenda. So be alive to that particular issue. We are seeing, through the aggressive approach of the President, William Ruto, Kenya is now being quoted in strategic documents of some of the key global players. The US, around their security documents and what have you, Kenya comes in. China, it comes in. I think the Japanese Blue Book on diplomacy, Kenya comes in. Recently, the UK, in launching its white paper on diplomacy, seeks out the President of Kenya to even put a commentary in that document. So this is an opportunity also for you to isolate these things and magnify them to our advantage, because clearly then Kenya is generating some very, very, very critical interest. It's becoming pivotal, and you have now been put on the front line to further that cause that has been established by our leaders, the President, the Deputy President. Help us to inform Parliament about events in the stations that you will be, so that they can also have informed legislation on a number of issues.